Okay, greetings everybody. I'm currently here at the Blue Crow Antique Mall and I'm with Len. He's the owner of this property. He's currently looking for investors and buyers that might be interested in purchasing this wonderful property, perfect for events, you know, as a small mall or any forms of business engagement that people might want to partake in.
Yeah, it's
in
a
this
13-store strip mall also.
and also a 13-store strip mall. So here's Len. Can you tell us a little bit about this property that you're selling?
Yes, it was started out 20 years ago. My wife wanted to, she liked antiques, and I was trying to convince her to move out of New Jersey. So I said I'd build her a little antique store if we can move down here so I could go hunting and fishing. I knew the area because I'm a retired naval officer, and I used to pass through here and go across. I went across the Bay Bridge Tunnel the second weekend it was open. That's 50 years ago.
Excellent. All right, so Len's going to walk us around the property real quick so y'all can see what it looks like. If you know people that are looking to invest, the contact information and all the description on the property will be at the description section of this video. Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and help us promote this property so we can retire Len fully. He can enjoy the rest of his retirement. Like I said, this is a great property to participate in and invest in.
There's a 1-acre dog walk here that's listed on the internet where they can just stop and walk their dog. They have place for cold water, and they can relieve the dog, and it's got 21 different kind of fire hydrants in it just for the pleasure of the dogs.
Excellent. Wonderful. All right, so can you tell us a little bit of the history of this property also?
We purchased the property back in 1990.
Okay.
And we had it for a while. It had trees on it. I sold the trees off and cleared out the property. We're going with it right now is 5 acres total. And there's room in the back where we used to have festivals. So people could, we got a blueberry festival. Right now, at 80 years old, that's another job I don't want.
Right. Well, you seem to have done a really great job, developing this property here in itself.
The building is built, and it was designed this way, and it has 13 meters, 13 HVAC systems, and the sewage runs.
We can walk.
So that
you can talk and walk at the same time.
So it is easy to hook into. You could make this a 13-store mall, small mall. It's all single story, and there's no steps to go up or down.
All right.
And like I said, we've had it for 20 years.
What other benefits does the property offer to investors that are willing to pay cash, direct payment?
Okay, well,
would be some incentives.
I mean, anything they want. We have a going business and have had for 20 years of being commercial landlords and renting space out in the mall for people to sell antiques. So basically we have 200 antique stores under one roof.
Right.
But it could be anything. I mean, we didn't want to ever make it a flea market or anything like that because we wanted higher quality.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. How about these buildings in itself? What can you tell us about the buildings?
The buildings are post and beam construction, so they have very little obstruction in there.
Okay.
You have a complete concrete floor, and if you look back here, all the cleared area here goes with it, and this is where we used to have festivals. Like I said, we had a blueberry festival, we had a sportsman's flea market for a while.
Okay.
Whatever anybody wanted to do, the Art League had stuff.
Right.
The Art Guild.
Okay.
had festivals. We backed off a little bit, only because at our age, I got enough going on.
Sure. And that's
I
completely
turned down
understandable.
going fishing today so I could come here for our open house.
Okay.
I'd rather
Wow.
have been fishing.
Quite sacrifice. Yeah, I totally understand. You put in the right, enough time in your life
Yeah,
to.
and we have electricity
So-
out here and water, for the festival type of stuff out
Right.
in this field.
So check this out, folks. The land size is perfect for any, Hispanic festival, Asian festival, African festival, you name it. This is a perfect venue. Even if you just want to rent this land, you can come out here and rent the land, I guess.
I don't know.
Or whatever festival you want to engage in. So anyway, what would you suggest people consider moving forward as an investment on the property?
The property has its own left turn lane. We had to pay the state and make it to federal highway specifications, dedicated left turn lane, which has helped business considerably from when we first started and didn't have that.
Okay, so that's a perk,
That's something you're not going to get anymore,
right?
because that was a little bit of who you know more than what you know.
Gotcha.
And the guy who was head of VDOT,
right?
or Virginia Department of Transportation,
Sure.
went to the same church we do.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Now,
it might be favoritism.
well, I'm sure it's a great incentive for economic development in the region as well. So I think this area is starting to grow, and business opportunities seems to be flourishing.
Oh yeah,
So,
as far as the growing, NASA is going great guns up here. There's a
Okay.
housing shortage because
right.
they just signed a new contract, and they're going to have 250 more employees coming in that are high-paying jobs. I mean,
Right.
in the rocket industry, nobody's minimum wage.
Sure. Sure. Awesome.
Back in here, you can see there's a loading dock,
Right.
and if you notice, there's multiple HVACs. That's because all these buildings can be divided into separate stores.
Okay.
It's just a
All
matter
right.
of putting a partition in, and each one of these things has its own electric meter. So, and there's
All right. So
two
it's
septic systems, one on that
individualized
side
units. It
and
seems
one on
like
this side
perfect.
for each building.
All right. Good. Anything else that you want to share, Len, with potential buyers, investors?
It's a good, solid business what we have here with the antiques. If you wanted to go stay with it,
Okay.
I mean, it's not how much antiques we sell; it's how much rent we collect.
Right.
We're commercial landlords.
Sure. Okay.
We have some good managers. We don't run the day-to-day business.
Right.
They just do that. The customers stock their shelves, and we have no money invested in inventory, which is
Gotcha.
good.
Right. So it's solely
so-
just space rental.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
We have this.
So you're right in front of this highway.
This is Highway 13.
Highway 13
is the second busiest north-south highway east of the Mississippi River.
Right.
The busiest one is 95, which is limited access, so you can't get on and off to go to a store.
Right.
But this is 4 lanes, and we have the digital sign put up. That's
All right.
they have
Wonderful.
They have
Okay.
broadband here. They just brought in broadband, so you can go anywhere around the world online.
Excellent.
And across the street, they are putting in a sewer line. At the present time, we have a septic system, but they've laid the pipe down there where the old railroad right-of-way was. And according to what they're saying, within a couple years, you'll be able to hook right into there. So that would make great to have a restaurant here or something. The septic kind of limits a restaurant because it uses too much water.
Right.
But
Okay.
It's expandable all the way out to those 5 acres if you wanted to.
Right. Now, this whole parking area looks like you guys paved it yourself, or is
It's
it
crusher run,
pressure on? Okay.
which is bluestone, and they actually asked us to do that so that the water would percolate through instead of going, you know, and then they're worried about the aquifer being recharged and all this other stuff. All
Okay.
the good tree hugger stuff.
All right. All right. Okay.
So we have this, and it takes a little bit of maintenance to keep it, you know. Every couple of months I have a little tractor, I just drag it and it's fine.
I see.
It also is cheaper than blacktop, but you could put blacktop down if you wanted to.
Okay.
There's no law against it. They just asked us, you know, if we would do this so that the water would percolate down.
Well, what's the overall height of the building from the floor to the ceiling? Do you know?
Yes, like I said, it's post and beam construction,
Okay.
and it's got steel on the inside and steel on the outside. It's a double sandwich. The steel on the inside has a better fire rating than sheetrock,
Okay.
half-inch sheetrock, and for us and our advantage, we put up pegboard, and you can see from the pictures inside,
Right.
for the dealers so they can display it. And the ridges in the metal corrugation, if you want to call it that,
Okay.
makes perfect so we don't have to turn around and put
I guess divider or
no, not dividers. What am I trying to think of? Furring strips
Furring
in.
strips, okay.
Put the pegboard on.
Gotcha.
For our
So-
purposes, that was fine. But I mean, if you want to change it out, anybody could change it out. and do
So
what
this
they
is
want.
like 12 feet high up.
They're 10-foot ceilings
10
inside
foot
of there.
ceiling. Okay.
And that was done so that you could run a forklift around if it was a different use on the building
Right.
from being retail.
Okay.
The building was looked at by FedEx at one time, but they decided that the Bay Bridge Tunnel was too expensive to take their trucks across instead of using a central warehouse. They
Okay.
liked the building and
Right.
they liked the location except for the tunnel and the
Okay.
price.
Right. All right. Let's see. All right, folks. If you're interested, the description on this property is at the bottom section of this video. And I'm also going to be sharing this online on our Facebook page. If you have any questions, feel free to directly email Len or their real estate agent to discuss, you know, any business objectives that you might have regarding this building. But this is the perfect location, especially if you're looking to enter the U.S. and wanted a more centralized location for your headquarters, warehouse. The trade zones in this area are within reach to, you know, the Norfolk Port Authority and also Richmond for any of your shipping solution for freight. So this might be a perfect location for investment, you know, for your investment portfolio in the U.S. market. Again, Len, thank you so much for your time.
Well,
it's a
thank you.
pleasure, you know, talking to you and getting to know you and sharing this property with our subscribers and viewers.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you again.
All right.
Happy-
Take care.